please look at this journey that was downloaded yesterday, because she was saying, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'm going to give you a little bit. And she was saying that most of the time when there is abuse, when there is violence, when someone come and either accuse you of something, like there is an abuse, any form of abuse, it could be a physical abuse or a mental, emotional abuse. What people are looking for through violence is that they are actually looking for the connection to the mother, the feminine aspect of divinity that is hidden in this world, and that they are desperately, that we all are desperately looking for until we find it. So that was really like a download from spirit guides. This is not my own. I'm telling you what came through, okay? And so they said that actually when the abuser is coming to the victim and he's like in this moment of craziness where he has accumulated so much anger and frustration and despair for not finding the mother, okay, the connection to the divine mother, okay, is kind of, because she's hiding, it's kind of doing like an act of craziness to provoke the revelation of this thing. What was so interesting is this person doesn't know any concept of Kabbalah. She's not Jewish, you know. And everything that was related in this journey reminded me so much of like so many concepts of Kabbalah. It was mind-blowing. And so I asked, so why does the mother need to hide? And she said, because the mother needs to create space. She needs to withdraw because she needs to create space. And I said, space for what? And she said, space for us to exist. But we can find her within that space, but she hides very well. Now, in Kabbalah, we have this concept of halal hapanui, the space, okay? That God had to לצמצם את עצמו, he had to retract himself. He had to hide himself. And when I say himself, you know, you can say he, her, or whatever you want. In order to create that space for us to have the possibility to have the illusion that we can be independent, have an independent existence, so we could have free will. Okay? So the necessity for God to hide is like, it's like in the equation, in the basic equation. We cannot remove that. But what we can do is that we can find God through this hide and seek game. Now the thing is that actually the dimension of the divine that was supposed to be revealed in this dimension is the feminine, it's a feminine dimension of divinity. Okay? The masculine dimension of divinity is above, and below is the feminine dimension of divinity. And we are, by embodying the feminine dimension of divinity, we are supposed to recreate this marriage, okay, between the force of above, the divinity of above, and the divinity of below. But the divinity of below has to hide itself through nature, through whatever, and that's why this world is called Olam, which comes from the word Ne'elam, which means hidden. Okay? So the feminine aspect of divinity is hidden in this world. Now, the most traumatic, the first traumatic experience that we have as a human being, what is it? Is the experience of separation. The first thing that we experience as being born, okay, is the experience of separation from the source. That's the first, all through the regressions that I do, and sometimes I do also rebirthing, and the first thing is that sensation of confusion, of separation, and sometimes the pain is so acute, the pain of this separation that is sustained the whole life. Some people, this is the main thing they can hear in them, is the pain of separation, even though they don't know that it's that. So it's translated in so many aspects, so many ways. But basically, this is the pain of separation. And so when she started to say they're looking for the mother, and the mother needed to do the space, but the mother is hiding when we can find it through the space, I was like, what is this? You know? It was amazing. It was amazing. And then she started to give all kind of insight on if the victim was able. So there was something that was said that was so very interesting, is that actually the victim and the abuser, they are both in the same place, because they are both looking for the mother still. They just play a different role, but they are living the same experience. Now, they were saying that if the victim is able, I'm not saying that this is, okay, let's say that it's possible that someone is able to do that, okay? And the victim is able to actually connect to the mother at this moment and allow the abuser to find the mother through the victim, then the whole game is like finished, shut down. The abuser had found what he wanted, and it stops straight away. The attacks stop straight away. And this is how actually you find peace, because both of them are looking for that. So it's still very, very, very long, but just gems in every corner of every sentence. So please have a look at it. And then we can speak about it more next week.
It's interesting you're talking about frequency, and how if you could actually connect so deeply to the mother, to that feminine that frequency, and transmit it. I mean, it sounds like you're talking about transmissions.
Yes. If you are holding it yourself,
then
the game's
over.
Yes,
you can hold it in that moment, but also transmit it. It sounds.
Yes, if you are
because
holding,
you're not necessarily just feeling it.
So the thing is that if you're in a state of contraction, what was said is that if at this moment, at the moment of the attack, you're in a state of contraction and you hold fear, incomprehension and everything, that is human to feel. But let's say that you're going on the most human first reaction that is possible to have, okay? Then you're holding a mirror for the abuser, and it amplifies even more whatever he's already feeling, which is the frustration and the anger and the separation and the disconnection. And so it makes him even worse, because after this abuse, the abuser doesn't feel better. The abuser feels even more sad and even more disconnected and even more desperate, right? Because he's never going to find, by attacking the victim, he's never going to find what he's really looking for. So they were saying that at this moment, if you are able to actually hold that frequency of connection, and instead of contracting, at this moment, if you, instead of contracting, you surrender to connect to the divine grace and allow through you for the abuser to be able to find this as well, then game is over.
Wow.
Now they were saying that when this happened on a collective level, this is even stronger. So yeah. And I really felt that this person came to give the message to that circle. And you know, this person is quite incredible, because her story is a little bit strange, because she's an international human rights lawyer, okay? And she has all her life, she was participating in project, doing research about violence that were done to women during conflicts and wars. And so she's been involved, you know, with many NGOs and in many, she's done many projects in many different countries. And now she's like withdrawing, and she says, I don't want to participate to this human justice anymore, because I feel it doesn't serve, actually. It doesn't serve humanity. She said that the way that we victimize the victim doesn't serve humanity. It's not that we don't have we don't have to acknowledge the attack. We absolutely have to acknowledge. But she was saying, I'm looking for a divine message on how to look this and how to disengage from this violence from a different perspective, not from the perspective of the human justice, because it doesn't work and it's not honest anyway. I'm looking to do it from a different door. So I said, okay, let's receive. So she started this journey and she went, what? I invite you to read it and to give me your feedback next week.